when you and Kay had your 50th anniversary celebration.
Oh, yes.
That was very interesting.
Yes.
And that was in 1983, I think?
That sounds about right.
And there were many people there, right?
And we went to Japan, and we walked in the room in which she was born.
Really?
Then we walked, when we were in China, we walked into the room in which I was born.
Wow.
Yes. I could still do that. Americans used this 3 or 4 rooms, and one of the rooms was one that I was used. Yes, she was a wonderful woman, and we were just we met each other at church, as singing.
Oh, really?
Yes, I saw the girl. Well, I practiced with by maybe a couple of years, and I was sitting in the window with some about roughly about 20. And one day, I looked with a girl that met up in the 3rd floor. There's a little story next to me. Well, I met her 2 years the other way. But one was I guess this very first time rehearsal for singing, and the second past her house, and stopping at her house, and saying walking to camp, and she walked to camp with me. Sir Smith was his name, and she was Smith. See, that house was about 2.5 blocks before the front of down Main Street, and he was a minister, her father. Oh, I remember. Oh, I decided that I was going to. I really would make her live. I love her very much, and I would like to marry her. And then I made him an appointment, and I walked in the room of the father of the daughter. And now let's see. Oh, I wanted to talk to you because I wanted to, if I had that letter, some of the words. And all he said was, if I hadn't liked you, I'd have kicked you out long ago. I remember that very well. If I hadn't kicked you, if you had done that I didn't like, I'd have kicked her out. I remember he usually I did kick you out, or would have kicked you out. Yes, and he was a minister, and it was her brother, her son, that I fell in love with. Yeah. Then the house in Berkeley was 2.5 blocks over to the man, he lived there, and she was there, living there too. She was a minister. She was wonderful. Her 50th year, he went to the room, we were over in Britain, the room when I was born in China, and the room that she was born in Japan. And that was in 1950.
1983, I think it was. Yeah. You had your 50th anniversary.
Oh, yes, sure. It was 50th, there's a 50th anniversary. Oh, wow. This is a strange world. I somewhere have a few pages written of the things I've done and so on. I'll dig them out for you and show you. If you were writing some material about me, this is more material, more things that I have taught and I've done and so on. And I did so many changes that I lived in Baltimore for 12 years. And all of the country she's, I've read her.
So tell me about where did your grandparents come from? Where did your grandparents?
Both from England.
Oh.
Yeah, and now let's see.
And did one lived in California, right? And the other lived in St. Louis?
Well, I have to stop. St. Louis, yes, the father and the mother, they lived there, but they were in Southern California, Southern California, before you.
And when they were 16 years old, your parents met? How did your parents meet?
I just have to do a lot of thinking before I can really answer these questions. But
well, you told me once that your grandfather went on a trip with your father to St. Louis.
Yes.
And that's where they met, and that's where your grandfather met your other grandfather. And they had been old childhood friends in England.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember the equation.
So what happened?
Well, they were...
And so they met in St. Louis.
Well, I have to...
The boy and the girl.
Well, I lived there in Baltimore
Mm-hmm.
for 12 years, I think. And then...
That's okay. We can come back to that one. We can come back to that.
Well, okay. I just can't figure some of most of the immediate thing.
Right. That's fine.
Okay, fine. I'm glad that I learned what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find... You're writing a poem about the things I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have to dig out various ways that help you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. So we eat a bite and then go tonight.
Yeah, would you like to have some dinner?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, we'll stop here for today. You were talking about the international...
International Acoustics. The first meeting we held in the three small schools in England. We had a meeting there, and I was surprised. The International Acoustics, and the president of it will be is Richard Bowe.
Right. Wow. So they made you president of it.
Yes.
What year was that? Was that about 40 years ago?
Yes, that's about that. I could figure it seemed about 40.
Wow, that's great.
And we had meetings all over the world. Acoustics in Japan, acoustics in China, and all the meals. We started putting international meetings at different times. And the one that I remember, one was chamber. What did they call it? I probably know it.
Well, did you get enough to eat?
Oh yes, it's delicious.
Yeah, Boston Market. Yeah, so we're gonna go get some gloves.
All right.
How's that sound?
And you do that thing showing.
Yeah. I'll show you. This is your room here?
Yeah, right
and you,
now.
And you like it very much?
Oh, I very less. I love it.
Yeah, great.
This is I wear.
Oh, you got some caps? Yeah.
And then there's all sorts of things
Yeah.
there. And I will sleep right there. And
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not.
And you got your table with
table.
lots of different.
See here what I have, quite a few things in the seasons. And I found some that I'm answering and a whole lot of that. You see here, it's nice. And this is a Cuso. Goodness. It's very studied in detail.
Architectural acoustics.
Yes, exactly. And I have the whole thing there, right there. I studied that. I have a degree in architecture and in physics. And 4 degrees from University of California. The California University there's two mainstream, one in January and one in South City, that has about 4 other university members in student place. So I had a good time working with them. And then the way these are 2 churches. There. Well. Now he said, do I turn her in or not? I don't have to.
Oh, well, are you hungry now?
Not say yes, I'd love to eat.
Oh, okay. We can think it's about dinner time, so.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go see what they have for dinner.
Oh, I'm going to give my toilet for a minute.
Okay.
And then I'll be outside with you.
Okay. Let's just shut the door for you. Gonna turn the light on? Okay, great.
Thanks.
As a member of the WNBA, gave advice about
I'm taking a picture of you.
Oh,
I really want to tell them that, my role was wasn't short.
How's everything?
But it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I got you in the picture.
And persevere through the tough times. So I really encourage them to work hard, pain tough during the tough
Good.
times, go the distance, and that means finish what they start.
You watching TV?
I have to wait for me to understand.
See you back here at 11 tonight.
What's that?
MIT. School. Massachusetts Institute at MIT.
That's right.
And nearly 40 years. Studied four departments.
Compromise to send Elian Gonzalez back to Cuba.